Good day, guys. Welcome back to Mango Invest. In this video, we've reached a massive milestone of $500,000, $500,486 within the portfolio. So this is, taken since 2019 when we first started investing with $300, and we've now with regular deposits, with regular, reinvesting the dividends, selling profits with Apple and Microsoft, and have that contribute into higher paying dividend companies. We've got to the $500,000, 3.5 to 4 years later. So there's the figure there. Over to the left hand side, you've got $310,000 in equity, $17,000 in cash. You put it all together, you've got just under $328,000 USD. Okay, and then with the conversion over the right hand side here in Australian currency, you've got $500,000 there. So pretty exciting. It's only just the start. I suppose the next goal here is, let's try and make it to $750,000 Australian. So we'll see how long that one takes. But we'll just take you through the portfolio, and I'll sort of just show you, the dividend investing strategy that I've been doing over the past, 3.5 to 4 years. So it is largely, full of dividend stocks, ETFs, things like that. But one of the things that has been massively contributing to it is, the big sort of growth companies like Apple and Microsoft. So I'd regularly buy these at low prices, hold them for 2 to 3 years on the uptrend. As it does increase in value, you can see, or you can't see it here, but I'd sort of sell it on the uptrend. So let's go to the 5 year max. If we can show the trades here and apply. Okay, you can see that we're starting to have those small little sells on the uptrend, just to take massive advantage of the profit gains there. And that'd be the same with Apple. So if we just do the same thing, click here in Apple, we can show the trades. Okay, see how we're just sort of selling as it goes up, and as it dips, okay, we just sort of leave it there. It rises again, and then we sell again, just to take maximum profitability there. So it's been like a massive strategy over time, and with those profits, that goes straight into the buying power or the cash position. All right, and then that gets distributed into companies such as AGNC. Okay, so if we click into AGNC, scrolling down here, they've got just under a 15% dividend yield. So company's a little bit more volatile. It's a real estate investment trust. You've got a lot of people saying, the stock isn't safe, etc., etc., etc. But I've been holding this company for at least 2 to 3 years, and they've been consistently paying me a massive dividend, etc. So JP is a massive company. If we click into here, it's another JP Morgan Premium Income ETF. Right, so they sell calls and buy options, or whatever you want to call it. All right, and they're paying me just under an 8% dividend yield there. Okay, another big one within the portfolio is QYLD. Okay, another real estate. Oh, sorry, not a real estate investment trust. It's a just an ETF based out of the US. So I've got just under 3,000 shares. Average price is $17, and let's click in here just to see where we've started to buy the stock. Let's check the max. Okay, so when these buy features came in, you couldn't really see me start to buy down here, but you've seen the recent buys. One of 58 shares, one of just over 1,000 shares. That was a very big one. Okay, and then one just under 500 shares bought there. Okay, so regularly increasing the dividends, and this dividend yield sitting at 11.6%. All right, so that's basically the the holdings and the dividend portfolio there. You got a couple of other ones, but these the ones that I've just mentioned is the really big name players within the portfolio. I just have a couple of conservative ones, such as Coca-Cola, Realty Income Corporation, SPHD and SCHD. A couple of individual companies there, a couple of ETFs that I purchased, but the dividend rate is a lot lower. Let's have a look at the allocation. All right, so 17% is in QALD, right, 16% in JEPI, 11% in AGNC, 11% in Realty Income Corporation. All right, so they're the I suppose the big name players. That Microsoft and Apple were at the top, but because they have been getting the profit. I have been selling, after the 12 months to get that 50% capital gains discount that the tax agents do offer, which is really good. All right, but let's have a look at all the dividends that we've been earning since 2019. Right, you can see there, $49 of the first month in August that we got the monthly payment there, and ever since I've been calculating all of this, and that just gets put into a graph. Right, so here's just a more visual representation. So in August, we got $49 for the first month, and then the most recent month. Fast forwarding, just over or just under 4 years. Okay, you've got literally under $2,000 just in 1 month. Okay, so these are all the monthly payments that I've got. So pretty exciting there. And then this is the average yearly income. All right, so you can see like a natural sort of progression as we keep reinvesting the dividends, as we keep making regular deposits, and then selling off, profits to get that 50% capital gains discount, and then we can redistribute into dividend-paying companies. This is the average monthly income. So it looks exactly like the yearly income, just the numbers are different. Okay, so we can see that nice linear progression. Um, what's good about adding up all these numbers since investing since 2019, all the dividends has come to a total of $36,640, which when you make the conversion to Australian currency, that's roughly $56,000 just in dividends alone. Okay, so $56,000 in roughly 4 years. Okay, that's not too bad at all. And just remember, that's not including the profits sold with Apple and Microsoft and companies like that. Okay, so it's a massive dividend snowball, massive money making machine there. This is track your dividends, right? So a separate website. I like to use the features on it, but basically I can input all what is on stake, and then it gives me a total number. It gives me the portfolio yield in which I've got, and then the annual income every single year. And again, this is all US currency. So $22,000 every single year, USD. That's obviously before tax, so we have to take into consideration the tax. All right, and then I've put the annual income filter on. So from top to bottom, these are the companies that give me the most amount of money just in dividends alone. So QILD just under $6,000 a year, AGNC just over $5,000 a year, JEPI just under 4,000. Okay, Realty Income Corporation 2,000, LTC 1,000. Okay, and then obviously these are all the other companies that pay me like a little bit less. Okay, but these are the major paying companies of the portfolio so far. And obviously you can see the dividend yields there. So 11%, 14%, 7%, or 6%, etc. Right, scrolling down here, you can actually see the expected dividends every single month. So in June, we've got $1,700. In July, we're projected to get just over 2,200, which is pretty exciting, etc., etc. That doesn't always come to fruition. Like some companies do pay less cents per share, unexpected. Okay, so it can drop, it can increase, etc. Let's go to the transactions. Okay, and we can actually see what the recent activity within the portfolio is. So say for example, we're going back to the start of June. Okay, so you can see a couple of recent dividends. You can see that minus $8,000. That's me putting $8,000 back into QILD after I've used the cash to do that. And then SCHD, I've put just under $10,000 in SCHD within one purchase. Okay, the very next day we've got a dividend of $325 of JEPI. Okay, and then I've made a deposit out of my own bank account. So that was $500 Australian, right? It's given me $3,289 USD, and that just went straight into the cash position there. AGNC paid me a massive dividend of $433. And then you can see there I've sold Apple just over $10,000 there, and then that just went straight into the cash position. Just realistically, just waiting for a market correction. I believe the stock market is traveling at a very high rate, so I just want to sell the profits at a good opportunity while I can, and then hopefully we do get a market correction. I can then put that cash to work. I can buy those stocks at a cheaper price, and I can get more value for my money there. And then the next day, Apple went up again by another 6%. So I was pretty annoyed that I sold the day before, but I sold just a couple more shares there in order to get more of the profits there. Right, Triple M paid me a measly, $26. All these red sort of columns are the tax associated towards that dividend, and then Microsoft paid me a measly $28 there. But let's put the filter on. Let's see all the deposits. I suppose this is the start of the year, right? And you can see the regular deposits. Okay, so one in January, one in February, one in March, one in May. So at least like once a month, I sort of make a deposit there. You can see the trend there. I do have a goal of depositing $30,000 this year. Currently, I think we're at $17,500 worth of deposits, which is pretty cool. Let's have a look at all the cells. Okay, so these are the trending cells. You notice that it's all really the growth stocks. So Microsoft and Apple, as I had loads and loads of cash within these companies, I ended up selling McDonald's. Back in January, just over $12,000 worth of equity in McDonald's. Yes, it is a safe company. The dividend does grow. It was very stable, although I don't know. I could probably get, instead of a 2.5%, 3% dividend yield, I could chuck that into QYLD and JEPI, and I'm getting, on average 12 to 10% dividend yield. So, and that's really feeding into uh, the dividends every month, which is what the goal of the portfolio is in the first place. Withdrawals, okay. You notice I don't withdraw any cash. It's all about buying assets and building wealth. There's really no need to withdraw any money there. What else have we got? And just if you just want to have a look at the dividends, they're just everywhere, just consistent, massive paying companies. JEPI, 218, AG&C 370, you know, scrolling up to QALD 433. And the good thing about these three companies, what I keep mentioning, is that they pay this $433 every single month. It's not every quarter, it's not every year, it's literally every single month that they're paying this dividend there. So that's basically my portfolio and I suppose the strategy and the companies that I use. And since investing since 2019 now to 2024, we've reached the $500,000 milestone, which is bloody exciting. If you did want to subscribe and to the channel and give me a thumbs up, it really helps out. I'm sure most of you that are subscribed so far have enjoyed the journey and watching me go from $0 all the way up to $500,000. Thanks for sticking with me on the journey. Thanks for giving me a comment as well. Let me know what you guys are investing in, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. It's always a fun conversation. All right, but with that, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one.